Hi, welcome to Happy Reading with Darby G. I'm going to go over just a couple of our books that are great for the littlest of the littles. You should always read to your children even when they're in your womb, but these ones are good for when they can start holding them and touching them intentionally on their own. Now, I want to preface all this with saying, just because it's a book for a baby does not mean a baby or a toddler cannot destroy the book if left unsupervised. Luckily, Usborne does have the half-off replacement policy for the lifetime of the book if it's purchased through an Usborne consultant. So if that ever does happen, don't fret. You can replace it for half price plus the cost of shipping by just contacting your consultant. This one is the Baby's Very First Touchy-Feely Animals Playbook. And a playbook means there's just different things to play. There's finger trails that you can run your fingers over, different textures, bright colors, contrast, an all-around dynamic and appealing presentation of animal noises and different things to spot. Fuzzy tails, but also peek-throughs. My son always likes when he was little, just to peek the finger, and it just gets them giggling. And anytime you can get your child giggling, it's awesome, right? Similarly, our set of Slide and See books, there's a farm, there's Under the Sea, and then there's animals. This one is the farm one, and again, it's got those finger trails that you can play with, but also they can start doing cause and effect as they fine motor coordination as they move things, and they're all super easy. When you first get them, some of them might be stiffer, but just use them and they will totally be easy for your little one to do. And then up and down with the milk, and every page is just so cute, and you can do peekaboos and all that fun stuff. You've probably heard of our That's Not My series, and if you haven't, you'll see them everywhere now that you're actually talking about. This is one of the few series that a lot of people have heard of before they even know it's Usborne. So this is the fox one, but the premise is there is a mouse and he's looking for whatever object or animal is on the front of the cover, and then through the course of the book he's finding ones that are not his fox or not his truck or not his mermaid or whatever the topic is. And then every single page not only has the mouse, so you can play the where's the mouse game, but it also has some sort of something to touch and feel. And the really cool thing is the adjectives that they use in this will really help your baby, and you're actually up to a toddler in preschool, grow their vocabulary with how to describe things. Even my 4-year-old is still learning words from these because there's some words that you just have never heard of as they describe, like the owl one has something about a tufty tummy. Anyway, so these are awesome to have, and then there's also the That's Not My height chart, which is a height chart, and then it also comes with a book. So it has all the familiar characters, the same theme, but it's super cute. The chunky books, we have 4 versions. This one is the I Can Count. There's also My First 100 Words. There's My Farm Animal World and My Wild Animal World. And these are hits with children up through like 4 and 5, actually. And the reason is it's such a good little presentation, but every little book, and this is the I Can Count one. This is kind of what it looks like inside, just so you can kind of see. You can trace your finger over that. You can start counting the dots. Kind of hard to see on this, but there we go. But yeah, that it can count, and at the end it's like a really simple math. It's like 1. It says 1 and 1 more equals 2, and then of course on the back there's like a little tiny poem, and that's for everyone. And then when you're all done with these, you can put them back. It's like a matching game. And my child likes to stack them up and put the numbers in order, and like almost kind of like blocks. And then one thing I've just started with him is just simple math. He's only 4, so he's not going to understand it fully, but it's just a really good way to visualize like what's 4 plus 1, and he can count them and start seeing that that's what it means to add. But anyway, so My First 100 Words, My Wild Animal World, and My Farm Animal World are also out there. And my favorite one is the Big and Little box set. So it comes in this little slipcase. There's 4 books, and they all talk about the relationship and like the fun things you do with your mommy or your daddy. So 2 of them are mommy and child, and 2 of them are daddy and child. And inside, I was actually just expecting like words when I got this, but it's not. It's actually a little story, so it's perfect for lap time. And then also if you're anything like my child, or if your kid's anything like my child, he can kind of start memorizing the storyline, so he likes to read these, and they're super little, so it's so cute. And then the last one that I want to show you is the Little Red Penguin set. These are 4 books. I got all 4 of them for $29.99, or you can buy them individually for $7.99. But they are super cool. And the reason I like them is they're interactive. And anytime a book can engage 2 areas of a child's mind, it becomes a hit. So they also retain information a lot easier. So this one's the numbers, and so every page has flaps. This one talks about the numbers, so, and then there's a colors one, there's a shapes one, and then there's words, which is kind of starting to introduce like the sounds that letters make. But yeah, so the flaps are fairly durable, but again, if you have a kid that is like in just destructive mode, just be with them while they're using these. But otherwise, my 4-year-old can go through these completely fine on his own, and he has been for a couple of years now. He's not been destroying books for quite some time. But anyway, so that is those, and we have lots other ones for babies and early toddlers, but these are some of my favorites. So thank you for joining, and happy reading.